Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. I'm back with another tutorial, and today is gonna be a lot more in-depth than usual. This is a tutorial specifically for beginners. If you're a beginner in Gel-X and you want to learn every single thing from removal, cuticles, to Gel-X application to the design, this is probably gonna be the only Gel-X tutorial you're gonna need, because I've just packed so much information into this one video. And obviously, if you guys want to see other more advanced nail tutorials and how to do Gel-X designs, then go check out my other videos. I'm a nail artist in Tokyo, so if you guys want to see Tokyo vlogs, then go subscribe right now. I'm gonna give you guys a warning ahead of time. My hands are crusty, they're dry. This set I did around 5 weeks ago, and so none of them are lifting. I've mastered my retention and my nail prep. These have not lifted even a single bit, but we're gonna soak them off because I gotta show you guys how to do a soak off. If it's been before 4 weeks, you can usually do a fill-in. Fill-ins are a little bit more faster and easier to do, but since I've just let it grown out for 5 weeks, I definitely need a fresh set. Yeah, that's basically what we're doing today, and the design I'm gonna do, I still haven't decided, but I think it's gonna be cute. Something wintry, cat eye chrome. I already did cat eye this time around, but they're like white Frenchies, you know? So most of the products I use are from Amazon, but if they're not from Amazon, I have them linked down below. And without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. I don't want to waste any time, so we're gonna go straight into the soak off tutorial. Whenever doing a soak off, I like to trim my extensions short, so I flip my hand over to see where my natural nail ends, and then I clip however long my natural nail is. Here I'm using the big frame carbide bit from Erica's ATA, and it's a really good removal bit, really good quality. I think it's worth the investment, but if you're just starting off with Gel-X, a Melody Susie drill will do just fine. You guys can get those on Amazon. And I'm going at a speed of 25,000 RPMs, maybe even higher if I want to get it done quicker. But what I'm doing is just drilling down the bulk of the product, but leaving around 10 to 20% of that product still on my natural nail. By the way, if you guys are scared of using an e-file at such a high speed, you can definitely lower the speed. If you're a beginner, I recommend going around 15,000 RPMs. Or even using a nail file, but that's gonna take forever, so I just recommend getting an e-file. They're pretty affordable these days. I feel like you can get an e-file for around $20 to $30, and I have some of my favorite e-files linked on my Amazon storefront. The one that I'm using, they're not available on Amazon anymore. I've been using it for around 2 years, so it's a really good investment. By the way, the e-file that I'm using is going at a forward motion. I get a lot of questions asking me which rotation it's on, so it's on forward. And now we're using these soak off foils that I got from Amazon, and these are already prepared and pre-made with the cotton inside. So I'm just putting a little bit of acetone in the cotton and then making sure that it's kind of tight around the nail. The secret to getting a really smooth and satisfying soak off is to drill down as much product as you can. And I know that some people don't even bother doing a soak off and they just remove it by drilling it down, but I feel like that's a little risky. You can end up drilling much more than you need to and damage your nails. I think once you get the hang of doing a soak off, it becomes a lot easier and a lot more faster than drilling everything down. So it's been around 6 minutes since I've soaked them. At this point, if it seems like the gel is not coming off or melting off, then I feel like you guys should re-soak them for a few more minutes. My thumb usually needs a little bit more time in the foil, so I'm gonna let that soak for around 2 to 3 more minutes while I work on the other nails. I'm using a cuticle pusher tool to scrape off the melted gel product, but if it's not coming off smoothly, then please be patient and re-soak them. You can end up damaging your nails if you forcefully try to remove the gel. And what's so satisfying about this process is that gel just melting completely and sliding off. I hold the tool almost flat to the natural nail so that I don't end up digging into my natural nail, and it's very important that you guys are careful with this step. The next step for me is usually shaping, so I'm grabbing my 180 grit nail file and shaping my natural nails into an almond shape. I want to keep my natural nails long underneath the gel extensions that I'm going to be applying. I want to keep them growing, so that's why I'm not trimming them short. But if you guys want to trim the growth of your natural nail, then you guys can do that as well. Now I'm grabbing a cute little buffer that I have. I got this from Amazon as well, just a huge pack with like 50 of them. Make sure that you're always gentle with your natural nail. Your natural nail is attached to your body, so you have to take care of them as well. With this buffer, I'm just removing that product that we were soaking off, and I wanted to just make sure that the surface is smooth. But to make sure that the texture is all even, I'm going in with my 240 grit sanding band, and this is really what makes your retention strong. If you want your nails to last over a month, I think it's really important to add some of this texture onto your nail. And I'm going at a speed of around 5,000 RPMs, making sure I get into every corner and crevice and every surface of my natural nail so that the gel has something to really grip onto. And this is also one of the reasons that I don't use primer. I know a lot of people use primer, but I just don't really like primer. I've had a bad experience with primer. I never know how much to apply. So all I do is buff and dehydrate, and that's my retention technique. When it comes to doing your cuticles, I think everyone has a different routine because we all have different types of cuticles. So what I always tell my subscribers is get to know your cuticles, because we all have different cuticles. What works for me won't exactly work for you, but for me, I have very sensitive and thin cuticles. I like to go in with a diamond inflamed bit at a speed of 5,000 RPMs, and I'm making sure that I kind of go around that cuticle area to make sure that the dead skin and the flakiness is off my natural nail plate. And then I'm going in with this tapered barrel bit to make sure that everything is polished and properly lifted. So these are the two cuticle bits I use, and they do take some practice to get used to them. So if you want to do a very simple cuticle routine, I recommend just getting a cuticle softener and a cuticle pusher. Push back those cuticles and trim whatever dead skin that you see. You guys don't even have to trim, but I have noticed a huge difference in how long my gel-X sets last if I do my cuticles properly. So that's something that you guys have to practice and look into yourselves. Now I'm going in with my very sharp cuticle nippers, and I'm nipping away at that dead skin that I see. And like I said, I have very sensitive cuticles, so I try to be very careful with this step. But of course, I feel like when you're a beginner, you accidentally nip yourself and end up bleeding. If that happens to you, please sanitize right away and wait until the bleeding stops completely, and then proceed with all your routine. I just feel like going in with more and more products while you're still bleeding is the worst thing to do. You could get infections, and it's an open wound, so don't feel bad, because that often happens to all of us learning how to do nails. At the very end of doing my cuticles, I like to go in with my barrel bit again, just to kind of polish the skin around. I go at a slower speed around my cuticle area to make sure that the dead flaky skin is off. I even recommend applying some cuticle oil and doing this step, and it works better. Now we're finally done with the soak off and the cuticles, and now I'm spraying a bunch of sanitizing alcohol all around my hands, and then going in with this cuticle brush to make sure that every dust, every oil is scrubbed off my natural nail. And now we're ready to do the gel-X application. The first step is to apply dehydrator. I love this dehydrator from Model 1s. I have it linked down below, and it strips your natural nails of all its natural oils, and this really helps with the gel nail glue to stick and grip onto those textures that we applied on the nail. And now we're going in with the gel nail glue. I'm applying a very thin layer to make sure that everything is fully covered and coated with the gel nail glue. And then once you've done a very thin layer, I like to cure that for 60 seconds. And if you get this on your skin accidentally, make sure you go in with some acetone and a brush and clean it up before you go and cure it. The reason why a lot of people get contact dermatitis with Gel-X nails is because they leave that gel on their skin and not clean it up. So it's so important that you clean up. As you guys know, my favorite Gel-X tips to use is from Appraise, and today we're going in with the Natural Almond Medium, and this is my go-to nail shape and length. It just fits my nail bed so well, and I'm making sure to measure the nail tips before I apply them, make sure that they fit sidewall to sidewall. And then I'm grabbing my 240 grit sanding band to buff the inside of the extensions, and I'm gonna repeat the process with all of them. It's finally time to apply these extensions. I'm going in with that same gel nail glue, applying a thin layer and then applying a lot more at the edge of the Gel-X tip so that I can apply at the right angle and make sure that it doesn't flood my cuticles. I first hold it at a 45-degree angle against my nail and then slowly push it down towards my free edge. And then once I like how the gel nail glue is covering my whole nail, and make sure that there are no bubbles and the gel isn't oozing out from the sides, then I put it under the flash cure lamp. And this is a portable flash cure lamp that I have, and it's from Beetles, and I don't know if they sell this on their website or if they sell it on Amazon, but they sell many more portable flash cure lights like these on Amazon, and this one specifically is like sensor light, so I don't even have to push a button. It just turns on automatically as soon as I put it under the lamp. So that's really amazing, and it saves me a step and a lot of time. So we're gonna repeat the process for all of them, and yeah, I love this process. It's super satisfying. I've made sure to cure them all in the big lamp for 60 seconds, and now they're all applied. We're gonna go in with my cute pink buffer again. Make sure to add some texture everywhere in all the corners, and this is gonna help your base gel to stick really well onto those extensions. And to be honest, I really love smoothing it out. I know a lot of people think that this step is unnecessary, but for me personally, I love to buff each step, make sure that everything is smooth and not bulky at all. I try to refine the shape, even though the shape of the natural Appraise extensions are already so good. I just love to shape a little bit more and make them a little bit more skinny to fit my nail beds. Now I'm grabbing this ceramic bit and I'm going at around 10,000 RPMs, and I'm making sure that I go carefully around the cuticle area where the extensions meet my natural nail, and I'm blending that extension into the nail so that it's very seamless and smooth and that there is no bumps when your natural nail grow out. So this is the process called sealing the cuticle, and I do this every single time, and I think it really helps with the retention as well. You guys can see that this is like the second time of me sanitizing my nails, and I sanitize quite often within the whole process of doing my nails because I really don't want to get any contact dermatitis or any allergic reactions from the gel. Since you're using a lot of gels and chemicals during this process, it's really important to sanitize every step of the way. Now we're moving on to the gel products, and we're gonna go in with the base gel from Cuticles first. I'm putting some acetone in this cute little glass that I have, and then applying some acetone around that cuticle area that I just blended. And acetone melts plastic, so that extension is gonna really melt onto your natural nail, therefore making your nails last even longer. And now I'm applying a very thin layer of that base gel on all of my nails and curing that fully for 60 seconds. This is my favorite process of doing my own nails, and it's when I have to apply builder gel on my extensions. And this one is a nude builder gel from Beetles, and this shade is so perfect and beautiful, and it matches my skin tone perfectly. I feel like builder gel gives you that perfect shape and color that you want instead of your extensions looking very flimsy. So this is going to take a little bit of practice, but I think once you get the hang of builder gel, you can almost do anything with nails. One of those techniques that once you master, you're going to be so thankful that you practiced. So what I do first is apply a very thin layer, which is called a slip layer. I don't cure this layer. I try to go in all the corners and make sure I cover the whole extension. And then I dip my brush back into the bottle and grab a little bit more product and apply it around the base of the nail, around the cuticle area, and then drag it down all the way to the free edge. And then I flip my hand over so gravity can help me center that gel into the right areas. And that's how you get a really strong apex and that nice curve if you turn your nail to the side. And that's going to give you the best shape and strength for your nails. I make sure to cure each finger separately for 60 seconds into the big lamp. So this process might take a little extra time, but I think it's worth every single minute. And after you've cured every single finger for 60 seconds, you just have to wipe off the surface of the base gel because it's a little tacky and sticky. So don't worry if you accidentally touch the surface of the gel after you've cured it. It's fully cured, it's just a little sticky. Now for the fun part, we're applying cat eye, and I got this cat eye shade from Born Pretty on Amazon, and I tried it out and it was so beautiful, and the magnet was so reactive to the gel, so this has easily become one of my favorite gels to use. And I'm applying a thin layer of that magnet, making sure that everything is smooth, and you want to be a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this step, making sure that there are no streaks when you apply the gel. Then I'm grabbing the magnet that came with the bottle, and I'm making sure that everything is symmetrical and the magnet is moving where I like it to be. So I kind of move the magnet up and down both on the right and left side, and then I drag it to where I want it to go. And honestly, this takes a lot of practice. For me at least, it took a lot of time to get used to how the magnet moves. So just have fun with it and practice. And honestly, cat eye is one of the most beautiful things. So now I'm applying a thin layer of matte top coat because I'll be going in with chrome powder later on and I don't want the chrome to stick everywhere. So I'm just going to mattify the whole nail. And then I'm going in with the Model 1's black polish, mixing that with some non-wipe top gel that I got from Amazon as well. And I'm mixing the two polishes together, and this kind of gives the best gloss for the chrome powder to stick on. I'm going to be doing a French nail design on all the nails except my ring finger because I'll be doing a 3D flower design on that finger. And so I'm grabbing this long liner brush and applying that mixed gel. A lot of people struggle to do the French nail design, and trust me, I also struggle to do the French nail design because it's all about symmetry and perfect lines. And trust me, having a longer liner brush really helps with precision and stability of your hand. I've actually mentioned this in my other tutorial recently as well, but I'll be releasing my own collection of gel nail brushes, and it's going to be a set of 6 brushes made locally in Japan, specifically Kobe, Japan, and they're known for their bristle making. I genuinely can't wait for you guys to see this collection, and obviously I recommend to you guys all affordable products, so I will be trying to make these accessible and affordable worldwide. So I'm really excited to show you guys what I've been working on for the last few months, and it's finally coming together, and we're going to be releasing this product sometime next month. So stay tuned for the announcement, and please follow me on my Instagram as well. I'm a lot more active on there. I also have a TikTok where I post my daily vlogs or day in a life of a nail artist in Tokyo. So if you guys are interested in that type of content, go follow and check it out. And without further ado, let's proceed. So now that I've drawn all the French lines, I'm gonna make sure to cure that for 60 seconds fully into the lamp. Make sure that the thumb gets enough light as well. Sometimes we neglect the thumbs and they don't get much light. I'm going in with the Cuticles chrome powder, and I'm rubbing that into the black polish with this tool that I have. And you guys can also use a sponge. I feel like sponges also work really well. This is honestly my favorite part, when the chrome isolation works beautifully. And if you didn't mattify the base color properly, then the chrome is just gonna leave streaks everywhere on your base gel designs instead of just the black polish. So that's why isolating the chrome and mattifying your nail is so important in getting this beautiful finish. So now to finish off this design, we're going to be doing a 3D flower design, and I'm using this solid gel from Lime Girl, and I'm just scooping up some of that product and then divide that into 5 little beads, and then I'm using this silicone tool to mold each petal beautifully. And a lot of people online have different techniques on how to do a 3D flower gel, so you guys can look it up on TikTok or Instagram, and you guys can get a more in-depth tutorial. Honestly, I always struggle to explain how to do this verbally, and I just rather show you how I'm doing it. And I sometimes use my fingers as well if I want more precision and control. So if you do end up using your fingers to touch the solid gel, make sure you sanitize right after, or use a glove. That's even better. So I only ended up using 4 beads. I wanted to do a 4-petal flower, but for my right hand I ended up doing a 5-petal flower because I did it on my middle finger and it has a little bit more space. After curing the solid gel, once you like the way that the shape is, now I'm going in with the non-wipe top coat, and make sure that it's non-wipe or the chrome won't stick to it at all. I'm making sure to distribute the gel evenly around the petals and making sure that I'm covering all the surfaces. Now I'm going back in with that chrome and making sure that I rub that chrome into every little corner to prevent any of your chrome from chipping after a few days. Make sure that you get it around the corners as well and not just the surface on the top, but really go around the corners and rub that chrome in. And then for the finishing touches, I'm applying this cute little diamond in the middle of the flower and curing that for 60 seconds. I applied with Charm nail glue. Now that we're finally finished with the nail design, we're gonna go in with the Cuticles glossy top coat, and we're sealing everything in so that they're protected and that they will last for a very long time. I love this top coat because not only does it give you a very glossy finish, it makes your nails stay glossy for the next 4 weeks. And we're gonna apply this very carefully around the cuticle area. Make sure you don't flood any of your cuticles or touch your skin with this. I think the top coat is the last step, so you should be very careful and a little bit of a perfectionist with this step. After making sure everything is fully cured, we're going in with sanitizing alcohol again, just to make sure that all of that gel is off of my skin and the dust is off of my nails and under my nails as well. And don't forget to put some cuticle oil or hand cream after this whole nail process, because we used a lot of dehydrating products for your skin. So make sure to moisturize your skin and give your cuticles that love that they need. I hope you guys enjoyed this beginner level tutorial, and if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to comment down below. I'll be looking through my comments, and I hope this was helpful and insightful. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Let me know if you stayed until the end.